What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 683 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the City of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you to get your week started off right. You guys are listening to this on Monday morning, and the Eagles won. The Giants lost. The Mets lost. It was a great day. The 49ers lost. We are starting off our week on the right foot. We're going to get into the NFL. We'll run down this Eagles game, a dominant win that we have all been asking for. There's nothing to be upset about in this win. We'll break it all down. We'll go around the NFL. We'll also talk a little NLCS, as I just finished watching, or should I say hate watching, the Mets lose to the Dodgers. We have our World Series matchup, and we'll also talk a little Fly Guys as the Flyer season is underway. We'll recap the home opener and the road ahead for the Flyers this week. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. Just search Underground Sports Philadelphia on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch. We're on all the platforms. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and on Instagram and Threads at KBIZZLE11. Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe. Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star review. It really goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps more people find Underground Sports Philadelphia and our entire catalog of podcasts, and allows us to do more dope stuff with and for you guys. So keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify. Please, as Sabrina Carpenter once said, leave those 5-star reviews. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're counting it down the old-school Kanto Pokédex way on Twitter. As soon as we get a new subscriber, we add a new Pokemon in reverse order to the Pokédex. We're one legendary bird away from having all 3 legendary birds. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. We are 145 away. 145 subscribers away from 1,000. Let's make that happen. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. Click the bell icon so you know when new videos, live streams, clips, and shorts all go live. Like I said, we're 145 subscribers away from the big 1K. Subscribe, like, and subscribe. And, of course, guys, this show is presented by the City of Vineland, and the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21, who just re-upped with us again. They have been rocking with us from the beginning, and I can't thank them enough for their support. They are genuinely the best. Security 21 Security Systems, and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Philadelphia Eagles give us a stress-free Sunday and get a dominant 28-3 win over the New York Giants at the Meadowlands. And I can't tell you how awesome that is, because it's been a while since we've had dominant success at the Meadowlands. You know, the Eagles are 27-7 in their last 34 games against the New York Giants. But going into this game, they had lost 3 out of 4 at the Meadowlands. So this is a huge win. This is a big-time win. Jalen Hurts has struggled quite a bit in recent history at the Giants and securing wins on the road against the New York Giants. So to go in, get a win like that, that is big. Our Eagles game breakdown is brought to you by our awesome new partners over at 47 brand. If you're watching on YouTube, you see me rocking the 47 brand Roscoe Hitch Eagles hat. They are the best in the game, guys. When I tell you this is a dream partner for us, it is a dream partner for us. 47 brand has the most comfortable hats. They have the most badass apparel on the market, and it gives you that vintage feel while being modern and still in 2024. You can rep your favorite teams from the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, NASCAR, minor league baseball, and college athletics. Plus, they have a whole bunch of awesome collaboration partnerships as well. And they have brand new soccer merch for all you footies, all you footy fans, Arsenal, Liverpool, and West Ham. They have apparel and merchandise available for those teams currently. Here's the cool thing. You guys are listening to this right now. You still have time. Right now, through October 22nd, 2024, use code TAKE35 to get $35 off all cornerback lacers from our friends at 47 brand. Think of when back in the day you used to throw your jersey over top of a hoodie when it started getting cold so you could stay warm during the day. You have the hood to pull up when you go outside. This is that just built in. It's all in one. It is truly a must-have item for the fall and winter. Use code TAKE35 when you click our link and go to 47brand.com to get $35 off all cornerback lacers, and when you use our link, you get free shipping as well. That's free shipping and $35 off by clicking our link and using code TAKE35 at checkout on all cornerback lacers from our awesome pals over at 47 brand. So the Eagles, like I said, a stress-free Sunday. They didn't have to do too much in the passing game. Jalen Hurts, 10 of 14 for 114 yards and a passing touchdown in this game. He also ran for a couple. This was everything and then some that you could have asked for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts gives you 3 touchdowns, one in the air, 2 on the ground. Saquon Barkley has his revenge game. We'll get into breaking that down. Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over for a second consecutive game. A.J. Brown goes for 5 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. I think your only gripe is Devontae Smith had 1 catch for -2 yards. You want to get him a little more involved, but you didn't really have to in this game. But Jalen Hurts was great. 10 of 14, 114 yards, took care of the football. There's a couple, moments in the game where you wish he would have either thrown the ball away or evaded the pressure that was coming his way. Again, this comes with the Eagles having a backup left tackle in the game because Jordan Mailata is now on injured reserve. And they were still able to assert themselves on the ground. Saquon Barkley runs 17 times for 176 yards and a touchdown in this game. Come on now. Kenny Gainwell runs 13 times for 56 yards in this game. Jalen Hurts, 7 carries, 22 yards, 2 touchdowns. They did what they had to do. They kept it simple. As Jalen Hurts would say, they kept the main thing, won this football game, asserted their dominance. The defense was fantastic. We'll talk about them as well. But on the offense and the way that they were able to move the ball, they did their thing. They did what they had to do in this game to win. They didn't overcomplicate things. They kept things simple. It was the run game was there, and they used it 17 times to Saquon Barkley in this game during the meat of the game. Kenny Gainwell, 13 carries, and he looked explosive at times, which was nice to see because there's been moments where Kenny Gainwell gets the ball and they go backwards or they get 2 yards. He had moments in this game where he looked good, and that was a good sign. Biggest thing, again, Jalen Hurts took care of the football. And that's what everyone's been clamoring about, and I talked about it last Sunday. Everyone was talking about, you wanted to find things to nitpick. Jalen Hurts did everything right in this game, and there's still people online who want to complain because he missed a throw here or took a sack there. Guys, the Eagles won 28-3, okay? They won 28-3. They did what they had to do to beat an inferior opponent, and this is everything that everyone has been asking them to do, is beat an inferior opponent. dominate an inferior opponent. And they did just that. They won with the most dangerous lead in sports. Everyone knows 28-3 is the most dangerous lead in sports. Apologies there. Our video on StreamYard just started playing, and I heard Stephen McAvoy's voice in my head, and I got absolutely piss terrified. Okay.
I'm Mayor Anthony Finucci. If you're looking for the right location, think Vineland, New Jersey. Our pro-business approach is supported by financial incentives, workforce development programs, and other resources which can give your business a competitive edge. Whether you're starting a new business or expanding to new markets, our business environment, infrastructure, accessibility, and quality of life make Vineland an ideal location. More information about how we can help your business grow can be found at vinelandcity.org. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
But again, everyone has been asking for this team to beat an inferior opponent. And what did they do today? They went out, they asserted their dominance on the ground. Saquon Barkley has his revenge game, goes for almost 200 yards on the ground by himself. That's a successful game. Everyone knows 28-3, most dangerous lead in sports. Ask the Atlanta Falcons. Okay? They went out. The Eagles played a great game on offense. Was it all perfect? No, but was it great? I would say so. For what we have seen from the Eagles this year, this was on par with a win like they had in Brazil. This was a complete team win. Top to bottom, they did what they had to do to get this game won, and it was a great overall team win. Okay, this is probably their second best win of the season behind that Brazil game in terms of the entire team doing what they had to do to get the job done. Very impressive. And I haven't even talked about the defense yet. But let's talk about Saquon. Saquon comes in here and does exactly what I think everyone expected Saquon to do, except for the bozo Giants fans who booed Saquon the entire game, who wore and somehow decided that it was a smart investment to shill out money for a number 26 Giants jersey that the nameplate said traitor instead of just getting somebody's new jersey. Are like Giants fans are that much of bozos, and this is why I say North Jersey and South Jersey are completely different states than just a full New Jersey, because these morons, okay, North Jersey is filled with a bunch of morons. There's a few exceptions, but North Jersey, there's a lot of morons when it comes to sports fandom. And when you see people doing that, you question their whole just existence. Saquon was sensational. Giants fans, I genuinely don't understand why you're mad at Saquon, especially when there's documented evidence of your front office showcasing how incompetent they are and saying, oh, we're not going to re-sign Saquon. It would be a darn shame if Howie Roseman went and got him. I'm not going to be able to sleep at night if Howie Roseman goes and gets Saquon. He's our most popular player by far. That is documented evidence on HBO by your front office about Saquon Barkley. And yet you want to boo him for leaving when the team openly said, we're not going to give him the money. He goes and gets the money that's offered to him, sure, albeit by a division rival, but guess what? That's not Saquon's fault, you absolute morons. I don't know how daft and dumb-brained you have to be to not understand that. It's not Saquon's fault. And I'm happy this game is over for Saquon too, because now he doesn't have to deal with this bullshit anymore moving forward. This was the one time he's going back to New Jersey to play the Giants off the contract. Now it's done. It's over with. I'm very happy for that. Saquon talked about how he had Giants fans like pointing at him as he was coming into the stadium today and they were burning his jersey. Again, how dumb do you have to be? Nike already got your money. Why are you burning a jersey? There's no positive outcome from that whatsoever. You spent $100+ on that jersey. One, you're not getting that $100 back, and two, you don't have the item anymore to even like resell it to somebody. A jersey burning culture is the dumbest shit I have ever seen. I genuinely, I laugh at you and your stupidity if you burn a jersey. It's truly laughable. But Saquon, very proud of him, very happy for him. He has been an all-star caliber player this year, an all-pro caliber player. I believe the Eagles tweeted the stat that was on MLB Network today, or on the NFL broadcast today. I want to pull it up, MLB Network. I got the notification from them. But today on the broadcast, the graphic that popped up was really cool. So Saquon Barkley, he has the second most rushing yards versus a former team all time in NFL history now with 176 yards. Cedric Benson with the Bengals against the Bears had 189. Rest in peace, Cedric Benson. That's cool. That's an awesome stat. And I believe Saquon also has the record now for most rushing yards through 6 games with a team, like to start your career with that team. I want to pull that up as well. Yeah, here it is. So through 176 rushing yards today, Saquon Barkley has broken the Eagles' record for the most rushing yards in the first 6 games of a season at 659. This is 177 rushing yards, so 658, I would assume it is now. Nonetheless, he passed LaShawn McCoy, who had 630 in 2013. That's legend status right there. LaShawn McCoy is regarded as the greatest running back in Eagles history. And to surpass Shady in any record statistical category is a feather in the cap for sure. And I know the quote that came out today in the post-game press conference as well about Saquon, because he was going to set his record for yards in a game. I think he needed like 14 more yards for his singles game record on a personal level. And Barkley said, let the other guys eat, which is super cool. It shows how much of a leader he is, how much he cares about the team aspect of things as well. Saquon Barkley is everything that this team could have hoped for and then some already through 6 games. That's awesome. He was special today. He's been special all year. That A.J. Brown touchdown was awesome. That A.J. Brown touchdown on 4th down, Jalen Hurts, presence in the pocket there, stood up in the pocket, made that throw. People want to complain about Jalen Hurts doesn't stand up in the pocket. He did that on 4th and 3 and found A.J. Brown. House call. 4th down to touchdown. That was a beautiful play execution, beautiful play call, gutsy play call, and they got the job done. That was awesome, and again, the Eagles did not have to do all that much in this game, in the passing game, because why are you going to create opportunities for that Giants defensive line, who still got theirs today? The Giants defensive line still got their sacks today. I want to pull that up as well. Giants today still got 5 sacks. They still got theirs. They have a very talented defensive line. Okay, I'm not going to take that away from them whatsoever. but there's no need to enhance that by passing the ball more than you needed to, especially when Saquon was going the way that he was in this game and being able to create his own lanes, create his own holes throughout the offensive line. And I thought today's game plan was very smart. You outgained the Giants 339 yards to 119. You had 269 rushing yards. You average 5.2 points per play. The only gripe I'll have here is you were 1 of 13 on third down, but you did go 3 for 3 on fourth down. So 100% there when going for it on the big time down. Definitely want to clean up third down for sure. You called 65 plays in this game, and you dominated time of possession by over 10 minutes. 35 minutes and 20 seconds to 24 minutes and 40 seconds. So a lot of positives to take away from this game on the offensive side of the ball from a game plan and game calling standpoint. And then on the defense. Guys. The Georgia Dogs had themselves a game. Nakobe Dean was fantastic, and I want to laugh at every single person who kind of wanted to call Nakobe Dean's career over before it's even gotten started. My boy had 6 tackles, 2 sacks. Zach Bond had 4 tackles in this game. Cooper DeJean was fantastic again. Darius Slay added 4 tackles in this game. Jalen Carter had 3 tackles and 2 sacks. Nolan Smith had 2 tackles and a sack. Bryce Huff, welcome to the team, buddy. He recorded his first sack. Josh Sweat had a sack. Jalix Hunt had a sack in this game. The defense was swarming all day long, and I got to say it here. We, as Eagles fans, have a star on our hands in the secondary. We have a star, ladies and gentlemen. Quinyon Mitchell. Today, shout out to @Jalen Ragers on Twitter for piecing this out. Quinyon Mitchell today against Malik Neighbors. 4 targets, 2 catches allowed, 15 yards, no touchdowns, a 59.4 passer rating. Guys, Quinyon Mitchell is a star in the making. I am such a fan of his game. He is not afraid to go toe-to-toe with any receiver that is put in front of him. We've seen it week in and week out. We saw him play extremely well in the snaps he faced Mike Evans against the Bucs in a game that the Eagles wildly had no positives to really take away from. Quinyon Mitchell is evolving into a superstar as a rookie. To have a shutdown corner like that you were able to draft, that has just stepped into this role and accepted whatever you ask him to do, he's evolving into somebody I hope is with this organization for his entire career and gets to dominate in that secondary. Himself, Cooper DeJean, Keely Ringo. This young secondary is so fun, and it's going to be led by number 27, Quinyon Mitchell. And as soon as I saw he was switching his number to 27 during training camp when all the jersey numbers were getting situated, I said, this is a big task. 27's a big number on this team to fill. But I think he can do it. And boy, is he awesome. I love watching him on defense. You know, you always want to see the offense in the NFL. You want to see your team putting up points. But when they're on defense, just watch Quinyon Mitchell. You don't even have to watch the full play. Watch what he does to an opposing wide receiver. Look at his assignment. Look at how he is just so technically sound. He tackles extremely well. Quinyon Mitchell is genuinely everything and then some that this Eagles team, I think, expected from him coming out of the draft, and what he has continued to develop in his game has been beautiful to watch through 6 weeks. I'm excited for the future with Quinyon Mitchell for the rest of this season and just moving forward. He is quickly climbing up my list of favorite players on this team to watch. He is so exciting. He's dynamic, and he possesses the one thing that you need from a defensive back in the NFL. He's not afraid. He wipes each play off as it's over. Play happens, boom, that's done. We're on to the next. He is a dog, and I'm so excited to continue watching him develop into a superstar player. This defense was sensational today. Quinion was great. The Georgia Bulldogs across the defense, from Nakobe to Nolan Smith to Jordan Davis to Jalen Carter, they were all fantastic today. Awesome for Bryce Huff to finally get a sack in this game too, and hopefully that just gives him confidence to build on. And I've been super tough on Bryce Huff because you pay a guy in free agency to come here and be a guy who gets sacks. Let's see the production, man. I think this is a huge game for him to build upon and just continue to grow that confidence in himself and where he is aligned in this defense. It was good to see Josh Sweat show up. I'm still not happy about his number change because 19 is gross. But all in all, a huge team win. And we have a couple voicemails. Our voicemail line is speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. You can leave us a voicemail throughout the week, no matter what day of the week, no matter what time of day. It's open 24/7, 365. Leave us a voicemail, whether it's about the Eagles, the Flyers, the Phillies, the Sixers, the Union, the Wings, or the Water Dogs. It is open. Whether it's about Philly pop culture, I don't care. We will play the voicemails on this show. I want to get you guys interacting on this show with me, especially to get your week started off right, hear from the people, get going on a good foot. So leave your voicemail, speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. It's linked in the description as well. So let's get to our voicemails. I know we have one from our former interim co-host, Patty Pitts, called in. So here is Pat Pitts, and we'll break down his voicemail first.
Yo, what's poppin', all my Philly peeps? It is I, your Renaissance man who always thinks he can, champion of the peeps, and captain of all things nonsensical, coming at you with a nonsensical question. Do you believe the performance we saw today from Saquon Barkley at MetLife Stadium is the catalyst that the Eagles needed to push this season into overdrive? Let me know. And Kyle, good to hear from you, man. Love you, buddy.
Pat Pitts, come back on the show, brother. Where you been? Where you hiding out? We need Pat Pitts back co-hosting the show with us. Good call, Pat Pitts. And be like Pitsy. Call in. Speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. Was this the catalyst? Was Saquon Barkley's performance the catalyst? It's going to sound like a cop-out answer, but I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, from a confidence perspective. I think the performance from Saquon Barkley today, 17 carries, 176 yards on the ground and a touchdown, 2 catches for 11 yards as well. So, to have 187 all-purpose yards and a touchdown in a revenge game against your former team who didn't want you, that's huge. That's a huge confidence booster for Saquon, and I think it's a huge confidence booster from the fact that the Eagles know that they don't have to truly rely on the passing game to be dynamic, if that makes sense. They can have a game where Jalen goes 10 of 14 for 114 yards and a passing touchdown and still win a football game. This offense isn't ultra reliant on Jalen Hurts having to heave the ball down the field. You now have somebody behind him who can alleviate a lot of the stress and will get 10, 12, 15 plus yards a carry if the opportunity presents itself. I think this is a huge thing for Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni to realize, hey, we don't have to necessarily force the ball through the air in order for us to win. If the running game is showing itself that we can run the ball, let's run the ball and beat our opponents on the ground until they say, hey, we're not going to let you beat us on the ground anymore. I think that's a huge win for this team, especially against an inferior opponent. To be able to showcase that against an inferior opponent, and like we've said the past couple of weeks, this next quadrant of games, including this Giants game against the Giants, the Bengals, the Jaguars, and the Cowboys, it's going to tell a lot about this team. So to be able to get Saquon going in this way is huge for those aspects, for the running game, for the confidence in the coaching staff to just call Saquon's number. Let's run the ball. Let's run it down their throats until they say, hey, you got to beat us in the air, to which we know Jalen Hurts has the ability to do that. And I think it takes a lot of pressure off of Jalen as well, where he doesn't necessarily have to play hero ball. And that's a huge benefit for him of just staying upright, staying healthy, and being able to just make this offense multi-dimensional as the season progresses. And if you know you can run the ball now, you're going to have to be able to run the ball late in November and December and in January if you're going to make the playoffs. Running the ball is going to be huge, and if Saquon can do this in those months, now you're really cooking. Why it's not necessarily a catalyst is it's an inferior opponent. The Giants, they're not a good team. You had to do you had to be simple but smart against them to win. They can't do anything on offense. Daniel Jones stinks. They had Drew Lock come into this game at one point, and if you just took care of the football, you were gonna be able to beat this Giants team. I think they are very bad. It was very funny to me that we had people on the local radio station this week talking about how this might not be an Eagles-Cowboys division anymore. It might be a Commanders-Giants division now. What are we talking about? Daniel Jones is their quarterback. I don't know what we're talking about. You just had to be simple and smart to win this game. That's exactly what the Eagles did. We'll see if it's a catalyst. I think next week against the Bengals is another test where they have a dynamic offense, but their defense is not good. So if you can do a similar type of thing against the Bengals defense with Saquon on the ground, pick your spots to throw the ball around and hit those big plays through the air, whether it's to AJ, Devontae. We'll see what Dallas Goedert's health status is like. But finding your spots in the passing game against the Bengals while still running it down their throats will be a huge sign of things to come, I think, for the Eagles if they have success doing that. So I think overall it's a net positive what Saquon did today. It's a huge win for him. It's a huge win for the Eagles. And we'll see if it continues to progress that way in this next quadrant of games where you're going to need to rely on Saquon against the Bengals, against the Jaguars, and against the Cowboys. If you want to, assert your dominance in those games and come away with wins and come out of this quadrant of games with a 7-2 record rather than be around 500. But good call, Patty Pitts. I like the brainstorm. I like the questions. Leave the questions in the voicemails too. And we have another voicemail from OG producer Tyler. Let's see what Tyler's got to say here on the voicemail line.
All I'm going to say is EAGLES Eagles, go Birds. Imagine being a Giants fan and having to watch Saquon Barkley today. You clowns. Y'all done messed up. Go Birds.
Go Birds indeed. The Giants messed up. We knew that from game one against the Packers, that the Giants done goofed. And to see Saquon do this, in a game that has a lot of elevated emotion, a lot of elevated, circumstance for him on a personal level, going against his former team, the team that drafted him, in a place where he grew up as well. He's born in the Bronx. It's huge to see Saquon have a game like this. The Giants done goofed. Joe Shane is an idiot. The Giants organization have been morons in that front office for decades now, and they lucked into 2 Super Bowl victories somehow. But yes, go Birds. Thank you guys for the calls. You guys can leave your voicemails throughout the week. We got a Flyers game on Tuesday. Leave them during the Flyers game. Phillies Free agency. Give me your free agency thoughts. Sixers season's on the horizon. Give me your Sixers predictions. The Wings season's on the horizon. Water Dogs off season is here. Give me your voicemails. Let's get you incorporated with the show. Speakpipe.com/Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's linked in the description as well, and it's in our bio on social media. So keep leaving those voicemails. I'm loving this segment on the show. And it is brought to you by our awesome pals over at FOCO, the leaders in collectibles that are officially licensed from your favorite sports teams and sports leagues. FOCO, they've got the amazing bobbleheads. We've got a Brian Dawkins bobblehead coming our way. Our Jason Kelsey Mummers bobblehead just came in. We got to find a place for it here down in the studio. You guys have seen me in the ever so iconic Phillies overalls. I have Phillies shortalls now as well. FOCO are genuinely the best in the collectibles game. They've got great apparel to make sure you look your best as a fan. They've got the neon lights now as well, which are some of my favorite things. We need to get the Phillies and Eagles ones for down here in the studio. Click the link in the description. Check out our friends over at FOCO and make sure that your fandom is at its tip-top shape and looking your best with officially licensed gear from Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, the National Hockey League, the National Football League, NCAA football and basketball, WWE, the whole 9 yards. FOCO are the best. We thank FOCO for being proud partners of Underground Sports Philadelphia. And again, leave your voicemails on our voicemail line. So the Birds win. Let's wrap around the NFL as well. We still have some Monday night games to go through, but they don't really have too many major implications on the Eagles. But our NFL wraparound is brought to you by our friends over at Paramount Plus. That's right, Paramount Plus are on board with us. They are genuinely bang for your buck, the best streaming platform with all the content that they have available for you to watch. Plus, you can stream the NFL all season long on Paramount Plus. I'm stoked to have them on board. They are amazing. Like, they've got all the classic Nickelodeon shows, all the classic MTV shows, Survivor, and like I mentioned, the NFL. Stream the NFL all season long on Paramount Plus. Click the link in the description. Sign up for Paramount Plus now. And like I said, when you sign up, stream the NFL all season long with our friends at Paramount Plus. And thank you to Paramount Plus for sponsoring the podcast. Around the NFL, Thursday Night Football, the Broncos absolutely dominated the Saints. Remember when the Saints were like dubbed Super Bowl champions after week 2, and then the Eagles ended their season? The Broncos destroy the Saints 33-10. The Jaguars, Doug Peterson, keeping his job alive over there in London. They beat the Patriots 32-16. The Lions hold on and take down the undefeated Vikings 31-29. Lions are good, man. The Lions are good. The Bills at home dominate the Titans 34-10. Amari Cooper, now a Buffalo Bill, scores his first touchdown in a Bills uniform. The Colts take down the Dolphins 16-10. Is it panic time in Miami? Is it time to potentially start selling? That's a team to kind of circle around. Maybe trade deadline rolls around to look at some potential pieces there. The Seahawks humiliate the Falcons at home 34-14. The Packers win a big-time one, 24-22 over the Texans. C.J. Stroud looked really bad in that game, but the Packers hold on to win. They kicked that game-winning field goal to survive and win 24-22. The Bengals beat the Browns 21-14. Our Birds win 28-3 against the Giants. The Rams hold off the Raiders 20-15. The Commanders, Jaden Daniels goes down. Seems like he's going to be okay, but that's a tough blow there for the Commanders. Hopefully Jaden Daniels is okay. You know, when he's playing, the league is better. He's a fantastic, dynamic rookie. But the Commanders take care of business and win 40-7 against the Panthers. The Chiefs take down the 49ers 28-18. This is not a gambling show per se, but Vegas was giving everyone points to play with the Chiefs. The Chiefs were +2 in this game. underdogs off a bye. Andy Reid is now 22-4 in his career off a bye. Patrick Mahomes, I think, coming off a bye now is 11-4 or 11-3 straight up. That's crazy that they were giving the Chiefs points to play with there. I certainly bet the Chiefs +2. I hope you bet the Chiefs +2. I hope you bet the Chiefs money line in this game. But they win 28-18. That's great for NFC standings with the Eagles. The Steelers dominate the Jets 37-15 in Devontae Adams' debut with the Jets. Russell Wilson played in this game on Sunday Night Football and went 16 of 29, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Looked pretty good. Big win there for the Steelers. And then Monday Night Football, we have 2 games. Ravens-Bucks at 8:15 down in Tampa Bay. And then at 9 o'clock, it's Chargers-Cardinals. That game is exclusively on ESPN Plus for anybody wondering how to watch that game. But yeah, a good slate of games. And looking at the standings in the NFC, we'll start with the NFC East. The Commanders 5-2 in first place. The Eagles in second place at 4-2. The Commanders just haven't had their bye yet. The Cowboys are 3-3. They were on a bye this week, and the Giants in the basement at 2-5. The Giants through 7 games have not scored 100 points yet. The Seahawks leading the way in the NFC West at 4-3. The 49ers are 3-4. The Cardinals have yet to play. They're 2-4. And the Rams are 2-4 now after their win over the Raiders. The Lions leapfrog the Vikings in the NFC North. They're 5-1. The Vikings also 5-1. The Packers are 5-2. The Bears are 4-2 on a bye this week. So they are not active, but that division is brutal. Everyone over 500 by a decent margin in the NFC North. The NFC South, the Buccaneers yet to play. They're 4-2. The Falcons 4-3. The Saints are 2-5, and the Panthers are 1-6. And then in the AFC, the Bills leading the way in that AFC East. They're 5-2. The Dolphins 2-4. The Jets are 2-5. The Patriots are 1-6. Stinky division. Stinky. In the AFC West, the only undefeated team remaining is the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 6-0. The Chargers yet to play. They play Monday night in that game against the Cardinals. They're 3-2. The Broncos 4-3, and the Raiders 2-5. The Steelers up top in the AFC North for the time being. They're 5-2. The Ravens yet to play are 4-2. The Bengals are 3-4. The Browns are 1-6. And then that AFC South, the Texans 5-2. The Colts 4-3. The Jaguars 2-5, and the Titans are 1-5. And that is your NFL wraparound for the week, which is week. What week is this in the NFL? Is this week 7? Yeah, week 7 in the NFL. Brought to you by our friends at Paramount Plus. Like I said, Paramount Plus, bang for your buck, is there across the board with shows, movies, sports, live sports. They've got it all. You can also check out the new season of Fire Country that is now streaming, as well as Ghosts back on Paramount Plus. The new season of Ghosts follows Sam, Jay, and the remaining ghosts as they find out what happened to Isaac. Stream new episodes of Ghost on Paramount Plus today, and stream week 7. I hope you streamed week 7 of the NFL on Paramount Plus, and stream week 8 and beyond on Paramount Plus. Check out the NFL on CBS schedule and review your local listings for the games in your area, and stream the NFL on CBS and watch your local game live on Paramount Plus. Click the link in the description and subscribe to Paramount Plus today and get the best bang for your buck from a streaming platform out there. Paramount Plus is the best. Shout out to Paramount Plus. Moving right along, ladies and gents. Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. OMG, more like LOL. The McDonald's Mets are cooked, ladies and gentlemen. The Mets are done. It's brought to you by our merch partners at PHI Apparel Company, the best merch partners in the game. If you want to stand out in the crowd, going to an Eagles tailgate, Going to a Flyers or Sixers game, gear up for the Phils next season. They got a great shirt with the Fanatic choking out Mr. Met. PHI Apparel Company is the place to do it. Plus, they have exclusive Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch for all of our shows on the network. We got some new merch stuff that we're trying to cook up as well. Black Friday is going to be here before you know it. PHI Apparel Company is the place to do it. When you get your merch, it's the most effective and direct way to support everything we're doing here at Underground Sports Philadelphia. So click the link in the description or go to phiapparel.co, and when you check out, use code Underground. You get 10% off your next merch order. Bada bing, bada boom. When you get your merch, we'll repost it. We'll post it everywhere. We'll post you up on our socials. phiapparel.co, code Underground, to get 10% off your next merch order. The World Series is set. The Mets are done, and it feels good. It feels good. The demons are exorcised. Grimace is gone. The OMG McDonald's Mets are finally put to rest. The Dodgers take care of business. It is a Dodgers-Yankees World Series. We're rooting for the Dodgers here. Couple things. I'm thrilled that the Mets are out of the postseason. I'm thrilled. I know I have Mets fans coming at me saying, imagine losing to this team, blah, 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 blah. All for you to end up in the same place that the Philadelphia Phillies are. Bring snacks to the vacation house. Bring the snacks to the vacation house because we're running low. We haven't been able to go to the grocery store yet because we've been watching your downfall on the TV. Bring the snacks to the vacation house because you're joining us right on the couch, boys. You ain't going to play any more baseball games this year. Your season's donezo. Cooked. Bada bing. Bye-bye. For what? Okay? Now, the Mets are done. I'm very happy because you never want to see a division rival win or succeed. Ever. Ever. I will never root for a division rival, a team in division, to have success. I am a hater first. First and foremost, I am a hater. Okay? I'm never going to root for a team to have success, especially in the postseason. Now, the World Series is Dodgers-Yankees. I tweeted this 10 days ago that MLB wants Dodgers-Yankees so bad. It's unbelievable. Look at that. Look at that. Your boy knows ball. Now, why? Why are they happy? Why is this a good thing for baseball? Number one, you have Shohei Ohtani in the World Series. Okay, you have the offseason's biggest investment, Major League Baseball's biggest investment of all time to this point, going to the World Series. You have the Los Angeles market now in the World Series. You have somebody like Mookie Betts. You have somebody like Freddie Freeman. You have somebody like Yoshinobu Yamamoto going to the World Series. You have star power on this Dodgers team. The Dodger brand is now in the World Series. Los Angeles is now in the World Series. And most importantly, I think from Major League Baseball's standpoint, with Yamamoto, with Ohtani, Japan is now in the World Series. This is huge for baseball to have your two biggest stars just roll out the red carpet. The entire country of Japan is now going to be locked in on the Dodgers and the World Series because two of their biggest stars are competing. We saw the numbers last year for the World Baseball Classic. How many people were tuning in when Japan was playing? Like 99% of households were watching the WBC final against Team USA. Like, you're going to have Japan tuned in, and that's huge for baseball. That's huge for the growth of the sport. That's huge for just optics of Major League Baseball. On the flip side, you have the evil empire. You have New York. You have the Yankee brand. You have Aaron Judge. You have Juan Soto. You have Giancarlo Stanton. You have a personality like Jazz Chisholm. It's a dream. You have two former players as managers going at it. Dave Roberts, Aaron Boone. It's a dream scenario for baseball. Do I like it? Do I like that it's the Dodgers and the Yankees? No, it makes me feel gross. But objectively, this is a great thing for baseball. It's going to be a fun World Series. There's going to be fireworks left and right. You have guys who hit 10,000-foot moonshots. You have great pitching. Some fun bullpen action's going to come from this. It's going to be a wild World Series. And I think coming off the World Series that baseball had last year, where you had two small market teams, two teams that genuinely, outside of Arizona and Texas, nobody cared about, and Texas fully throttled the Diamondbacks in the World Series, you now have a World Series with your two biggest markets going toe-to-toe, coast-to-coast, in what more than likely could end up being a 7-game series. It's good for baseball. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope the Dodgers win. I'll be rooting on the Yankees' downfall. I hate that the Phillies curse of beating the Phillies in the World Series and you never get back is over. I know now we can just push the goalposts a little bit. It's you beat the Phillies in the World Series, you don't win another World Series. That's what we need it to be. Dodgers got to win, keep that alive. The Brewers curse is over. Every team that has beaten the Brewers going into this season in the postseason has at least advanced to the World Series. Of course, the Bozo Mets can't keep that going. I'm so happy that's over, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. It's good. It's good. The evil is destroyed. The Mets are gone. The World Series is going to be electric. And I'm praying on the Yankees' downfall because I genuinely hate the Yankees. I hate any team from New York. And I would much rather see cool, fun players like a Shohei Ohtani and a Mookie Betts get World Series championships than see fraudulent Yankee fans celebrating a ring when most of them weren't even of knowledge the last time that the Yankees were in the World Series. I want Yankee fans to suffer. I need them to suffer forever. And then I need them to lose so that it makes it that much more difficult for them to pitch to Juan Soto to come back. Like I said, I am a hater, first and foremost. I am a hater. But on this podcast, it's go Dodgers. Fuck the Yankees. And to the Mets, see ya. Last bit here. It's brought to you by our pals over at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, only 120 calories, just 8 grams of carbs. You can go to kenwoodbeer.com and use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Maryland, New Jersey, and Delaware areas. You can also get it at your local liquor stores in those markets. Enjoy a refreshing cold Kenwood Beer when you're watching the Philadelphia Flyers, the Eagles, the Sixers, or just hanging out with your fam. Must be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. Shout out to our friends at Kenwood Beer. Since we last spoke, the Flyers have lost quite a few games. They lost on Thursday 6-4 to the Kraken, and then they lose the home opener on Saturday 3-0 to the Vancouver Canucks. Their next game on Tuesday at home against the Capitals. They have a home and home with the Capitals back-to-back before they come back home for the weekend against the Wild and the Canadiens, and then they go to Boston, and then they are home on Halloween to play the St. Louis Blues, but they lose that game to the Kraken. That was tough. It was a brutal second period for the Flyers in that one. Fedotov did not have it. Flyers were up 2-1 after the first, and then Seattle put up 4 unanswered in the second. Flyers battled back. They scored 2 in the third, but Seattle also added on another one in the third. And it was just like every shot that the Flyers had in that second period just would not go. And Seattle just had back-to-back, like, quick scoring opportunities, and it was just an ugly game. You were hoping they'd wipe it and then come home, pomp and circumstance of the home opener, and they get shut out against the Canucks. It was tough. This one in particular, the shots just did not fall whatsoever. A lot of defensive mishaps in this game, too. I thought Michkov was going to have a goal or an assist in this game, and Travis Konechny I thought was going to score. Owen Tippett can't buy a goal right now. But, I saw my guy Jordy from Barstool tweeted this, and I want to pull it up so I quote him correctly, because it's true, and it drives me crazy when people do this. Let me find it here. I said the Philadelphia, the NFLing of non-NFL sports in the city of Philadelphia drives me crazy. Because it does. Like, not everything is the NFL when it comes to sports, guys. Not everything that you watch needs to be classified as a week-to-week basis, as a dissertation of just having... I can't even find it, which is a bummer. I'll see if I can find my tweet, but not everything is like the NFL. Not every game is do and die and must win, and needing to turn every sport into the NFL is going to drive you clinically insane. And I am begging every Philadelphia sports fan out there to just not worry about NFLizing non-NFL sports. Okay? Not everything needs to get the football treatment. Here it is. So Jordy tweeted, I get there's a ton of hype around the Flyers for the first time in years. I get tonight is a gross performance, but holy shit, are Flyers fans acting ridiculous. Tonight, it's game 5 of 82. Game 5 of an 82 season in the middle of a rebuild year. You maniacs need to calm down. To which I said, the constant NFLing of non-NFL sports in Philadelphia drives me up a wall. People do this with the Phillies. People are doing it right now with the Flyers because there's a lot of excitement around the team. Number one, this team is rebuilding. Okay, this is a rebuild year. There's going to be fun moments. You just enjoy it. Everything that happens this season is just gravy for what is to come from this Flyers rebuild. You're going to enjoy the Michkovs. You're going to enjoy the time that Jet Luchenko is on this team. You're going to enjoy another year of Travis Konechny. You're going to enjoy Owen Tippett. You're going to enjoy the youth, the Cam Yorks, the young guys on this team that will be here when the Flyers eventually hoist that Stanley Cup and they're Stanley Cup champions again. But it's not the NFL. Every game is not a do-or-die, must-win to stay alive in the playoffs type of situation. Right now, the Flyers, it's a slow start. They look sloppy in a lot of instances. They're 3-1. Is that the case here? Is that 3-1 on the season. Okay, they're in last place in the division, but they'll figure some things out. It's still super early. They started the season with a 4-game fucking road trip. Okay? Like, to start the season out in Vancouver, then go to Calgary, then go to Edmonton, then go to Seattle. That's a long-ass road trip for a young-ass team. Now you get some home cooking. I know the home opener wasn't what you wanted it to be, but it'll get there. You play the Capitals, who right now, kind of middle of the pack. They played 4 games, 6 points. They're 3-1. You can beat them. You can compete with them. Another litmus test for this team. Just take it game by game. It's not a do-or-die situation. It is October. It's optimistic October, everyone. Okay? Just relax. Things are going to be fine. Things are going to be fine. But yeah, Tuesday, they're playing the Capitals. Wednesday, they play the Capitals in D.C. And then Saturday, 1 o'clock, they're at home against the Wild. Sunday night, they're home against the Canadiens. And then Tuesday in Boston. And then home on Thursday on Halloween against the St. Louis Blues. And then November 2nd, they're home against the Bruins for the home portion of that before they go back out on the road again down south to play the Hurricanes, the Lightning, and the Panthers. Then they come home for one, and they go to Ottawa. And then they come home for 5 straight. Like, there's a lot of home games early on here, which is good for this team. I'm excited for what's to come. We're locked and loaded for the Flyers this year of just being optimistic and being at the forefront of the rebuild and enjoying what is to come, the fruits of the labor. This is the labor portion. It's going to be bumps in the road. It's going to be up and down, but just enjoy the fun. Enjoy the no stress. Okay, this is a no stress season. It's full-blown year 1 of the rebuild. Last year was like year 0. So we'll see where it takes us, and you just enjoy the ride. Last bit here. Philly's getting a portal. Philadelphia has one of those portals that was put in New York to connect with Dublin, and J.J. Watt was like, is there going to be a live stream for this thing? I can't wait to see what Philly does with it. I can't wait either. That thing is going to be a movie. We need a live stream for sure. Sign me up for a live stream of that. Just playing nonstop around the clock. Can't wait to see where it connects to. But that's all I got for you guys on this one. Leave us a voicemail. Speakpipe.com/undergroundsportsphiladelphia. Let me know how you're feeling about the Birds, the Flyers, the Sixers. We'll start to talk more Sixers once the season actually starts. I'm not all about the preseason basketball stuff. Once the real games start happening, we'll dive into the NBA. Obviously, we're locked and loaded for the Emirates Cup. Let me know how you're feeling about the Sixers, though, going into the season. Phil's off-season ideas, let me know. And, of course, this Thursday, too, cooking up something special with our friends at the Philadelphia Wings that you're not going to want to miss. I'm very excited about it, guys. I'm very excited about it. And it's going to be awesome. Stay tuned, because Thursday is going to be a great day for our company and just awesome content coming to you from all of our social channels. But leave us a voicemail. Follow us on the socials. Just search Underground Sports Philadelphia on your social media app of choice. We're on all of them. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple, Spotify. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping the show continue to grow, helps more people find Underground Sports Philadelphia, lets us continue to connect with you guys and do more dope stuff with and for you. So keep subscribing on Apple and Spotify and share the podcast feed with your people. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. We're 145 subscribers away from 1,000. Keep subscribing. Leave a like on the video. Drop a comment in the comment section. And, of course, click that bell icon so you know when new videos and all stuff on the channel goes live. I've also been toying with the idea. I've been feeling like the creative itch, and I know it's crazy for me to want to put more on my plate, but I've been thinking about starting a newsletter or something just to get my writing skills going. You know, I started off doing this whole sports journalism thing as a written form, and it's been a while since I've written anything. But something light, like a once-a-week newsletter, if that's something you guys would be interested in, DM me on social media, leave a comment telling me yes, no, in between. I'd love to hear from you and what you would want to hear from a newsletter, potentially. It would be super chill, like once-a-week type of thing. Maybe midweek, who knows? We'll see. Just throwing the idea around. But let me know if you'd want a newsletter from me. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. And of course, guys, This show is presented by the City of Vineland, and whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process, and their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 683, a Victory Monday episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. Hell of a win for the Birds. Goodbye, Mets. Let's get some juice cooking with the Fly Guys. And Thursday, stay tuned for some awesome content coming your way from yours truly at the Wells Fargo Center. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next episode. But like I said, until then, I'm getting the heck up out of here, and I'm signing off. Go Birds. Peace.